Hey, morning, guys. You guys were quick. Welcome in Zero and Omni. Or Omzi. Omzi game, sorry. My brain's not quite on yet. Morning, Art Girl. How is everyone doing today? We're halfway through the week. Turn that down a notch. Going to Disney today. Hell yeah, that sounds fun. Welcome in, Shrimp. We are doing the background now. We got this guy all done up yesterday. Honestly, really cool. I really like this smoke guy. It's a very travel-y piece. And we just gotta do the Scorpion now. We might even have time to hop over to phase 3 today. We'll see. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to like the live. A little bit of a bleed over there. We'll have to fix that. Really old live stream? Yeah, I try to upload most of them as VODs. They don't really get much views, but they're there. This is a very precarious area. I'm trying not to mess up. A little bit of extra focus right now. How's everyone doing this Wednesday? Turn that down another notch. YouTube stream's been slowing down a little bit lately. It happens. Yeah, no, I feel that. I did not sleep very well last night. Yeah, I was waking up like every hour at least. At like 2 a.m., I thought I was just going to be up for the day, but luckily fell back asleep. What time do I get up usually? Probably. So the stream starts at about 4 a.m. my time. So I'm still up pretty early. I get up about 3:30. Um, so it was only another hour and a half, but I'm kind of an early bird because of my issues. I don't sleep well in general, and I crash really early, so I tend to kind of fall asleep early and wake up early. And because I've been doing that for so long, my bird is on the same schedule, and birds are very punctual. If I wake up late, he'll let me know. Yeah, he's a fun guy. Fun little bird. Also a pain in my ass, but I love him. Hey, welcome in, all support. It's been a little bit. How you doing? Boiling chicken. Hell yeah. Just no seasonings. No worries. You're all good. It's been kind of slow the last few days anyways, so we're all chilling. If you guys got any questions, comments, feel free to drop them. Yeah, boiled chicken's really good for them. So yeah, as long as there's no seasonings or anything on it, it's really good for them, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of Lovecraft monsters. I do a lot of like honestly, I'm not even that big of a Lovecraft fan, but like so many of my ideas are very Lovecraft. So I guess me and Lovecraft just got similar brains. His monsters are definitely an inspiration though. I love Cthulhu. Oh wait, I have the good parts of his brain. I hope. Um, if anyone doesn't know, H.P. Lovecraft was a massive racist, and I am not. So yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying like, hopefully you didn't get the bad parts of him. But yeah, no, yeah, H.P. Lovecraft was a really good person, honestly. But he had decent ideas sometimes. What's up, mainly off grid? How you doing, man? Yeah. Sometimes if you have like hard food that's not working, and you're trying to feed them hard food and they're used to wet food, you can add hot water. Thank you. I really like this guy too. He's gonna be sick. But no, yeah, it's weird with animals. If you have hard food or dry food and you just add hot water in, for some reason animals are like, hell yeah, soup. I fucking love soup. Pour a tiny bit of the chicken broth in that you cooked with the chicken. As long as it's not so boiling, I'm sure he'll like the broth. And it's nutritious. Thank you. I really appreciate that. They're both turning out really well so far, honestly. I feel like we started kind of tame with the candle, and we've been stepping it up on the last few. It was just a trial run, I guess. Yeah, warm water is, trust me, it's a savior. I've had so many animals that just don't eat, and then you feed them a little bit of their dry food with some hot water in there. They're like, oh, fuck yeah. What's up? Is it Peak Ponytails? Is that how you say your name? Well, welcome in either way. I appreciate you joining. Spike. Pike. Okay. Pike Ponytails. I like that. It's like the fish, but spelled different. Pikes are kind of a badass fish, too, so. Are you guys on that weird side of TikTok, too, that gives you weird fish edits? Just me? Yeah, probably just me. Yeah, you can't add too much in, and you can't let it wait for too long. They're shrimp, so you basically want to do it right when they're about to eat. You just add a little bit of warm water in. You don't want to add like enough to actually make it soup, but just enough to kind of soggy up the food. And sometimes it really does. Like I worked at a vet for a while, and that's actually something they recommend is just adding some hot water in, because it is an appetite stimulant. Good morning, Kai. How you doing? For anyone who doesn't know, Kai's a new mod. Kai's been here for a while, but we trust Kai. Yeah, I always forget. When I stream in this time, it's usually I get a lot of the um, international viewers, and it's probably not morning for you guys. It's very much morning for all of America, but not for anyone else. I guess Canada too, or Hawaii. Hawaii's even earlier. Hell yeah, RJ. Yeah, it's just morning, but not too early. You're probably on the East Coast in that at that point. South Africa, hell yeah. Can't say I've ever had someone from South Africa here. Almost done with the front of this guy. Hey, morning 18 and counting. I appreciate that, RJ. I hope you have a good day. We do new stuff basically every week, so stop in next week. We'll be working on something else. So even if something's not your vibe, you could always stop in next week and see what I'm up to. I'm always doing new stuff. There's a little bit of a scar on this wood. I don't know, it kind of makes it badass, I guess. Anyone got any fun plans coming up? I'm not sure what that is, RJ. Smoky. Smokey the Bear. I always think of Yogi the Bear when I say Smokey for some reason. Hey, boo boo. We're gonna steal some picnic baskets. Hell yeah. That looks good. Yeah, Smokey the Bear is the fire prevention bear in America. Yogi the Bear is the cartoon from Cartoon Network ages ago. I used to watch so much Cartoon Network. Oh no, I think it was a Looney Tunes. Wasn't it Looney Tunes? It was like a Saturday morning cartoon. I don't know. Either way, love that shit. It's screaming. What do I have under the snake? So it's a little creepy ripped creature there. It was Boo Boo, yeah. Hey, Boo Boo. Want to steal some picnic baskets? background's a little patchy. If you see the difference, this one's is nice and thick. It's pretty good. This one still has a little bit of patchiness, so we'll have to pack in some darkness in there. Looks like it's made of goo. Yeah, he's very like, yeah, he is kind of made of goo, the owl. I thought you were talking about this, but yeah, this is goo. I have a lot of weird pieces like that. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to drop a sub, drop a follow. Check out my Etsy in the description even. What is the tool I'm using? It's cool. It is a pyrography pen or a wood burning pen. You can buy these online for pretty cheap, anywhere from 10 to 40 bucks US. Even more, it could be up to 300, but those are just low ball prices. Electricity runs through the wire and it burns the wood wherever you touch. You can swap out the bit. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. Do-do-do-do. You're too much. Dun, 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 dun. Wrong season, but good song. I really like that, the drippy texture. It's kind of cool. How do I do the shadings? So that'll be with a different bit. So basically the tan color you see is going to be done with a different bit style. So I'll swap it before we go over there. And generally, just depending on the bit you use, it depends on what you're going to burn and what you're going to get out of it. A lot of it is practicing different bits and getting good at different bits, because it's not all the same kind of movement and texture. A lot of it's color packing. So kind of picture like a blackout tattoo, fire. Kind of picture a blackout tattoo where you just sit there and kind of color pack it in. It would, so you can turn it off in the meantime. It's got a button, so you can just hit the button, turn it off, and swap out the bit, then turn it back on. It heats up in less than 10 seconds, so... I can't say I've never risked it, though. I've definitely changed it with it still on. Not very long. It's still hot. Like, I wouldn't touch it. I usually just unscrew it and then kick it into the bin with the screwdriver that I use. You don't even really have to touch the bit if you don't want to. They are a little hot after they have been burning for a while. I mean, it's an art form. You got to be a little bit extra cautious with what you're doing. It's not something you can just do willy-nilly and accidentally run into yourself. So it does take a lot, not a lot of focus, but a bit more conscious effort to not touch certain things. What is this? So this is pyrography. So this is wood burning. Is that a scorpion? Yes, he is. He actually, if you put him down, the tail wraps around. And so we'll be doing some shading on the scorpion itself and kind of giving him some more depth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's a little scorpion. All the pieces kind of travel, so they have like a very traveling element. I have 6 of these coffins so far. Here's another. This one's honestly one of my favorites. Welcome in, Gojo. Yeah, no, I really like the wraparound effect. It's cool to make it 3D. Thank you, Faith. 18 and counting. I don't know if I told you. I don't know if you heard me say this, but Parasite is actually my favorite anime. If anyone had to ask my favorite anime, I'd probably say Parasite. Not only that, the opening is metal as hell. I love the opening of Parasite. I do remember you, Faith. You weren't here that long ago. I do know Scorn. I haven't really played it much myself. I've watched a playthrough of Scorn, and the art style is gorgeous. It's very, very interesting art style. Yeah, I do remember you. The concept is wild. Gotta wonder what the dev was on making that game. But then I'm sure people think of the same thing. Do I know the YouTuber Sam and Colby? Yes, I do. I grew up on YouTube. I've watched many hours of YouTube, and I'm really big on the spooky stuff. Do I like Sam and Colby? I don't know. They're not really my vibe, but I get it. I get it. It's cool. Oh, your brother wouldn't let you. I like Sam and Colby, but I have a slight suspicion that a lot of their videos are fake. Sorry, I don't know what I just said there. Blacked out for a second. Hey, welcome in, Yizhong. What's the question? How can all that stuff be fake? Because if they didn't have paranormal interactions, they wouldn't have a channel. So if you don't have paranormal interactions, you're not going to have a channel. So you force interactions to have a channel. TBH, I don't trust any ghost YouTubers for that reason. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to get views if they're not seeing ghosts. So they have to make sure they see ghosts. Sorry, not to get so opinionated. I genuinely think they make some good stuff and their content is good. Their video making is good. Everything they do is good. I just have a feeling their substance is a little not real. You can actually see there's a bit of sap in the wood. You see that little haze to it? When I'm burning it, it almost bubbles, and you can see the sap coming to the surface. But yeah, sometimes when you burn it, sap starts coming out. Did I ever have, or do I ever have high maintenance pets? Yes. I have, snakes are the easiest pet you can probably fucking own. So I have 3 snakes, but I also have a bird. And birds are not easy. Birds require constant care. They need like, I work with a lot of pets. I consider a high maintenance pet something that you have to take care of every day, if not multiple times a day. So if I have to go and do something with the animal multiple times a day, I consider that a high maintenance animal. My snakes, I cannot touch my snakes for weeks, and they'd be fine. Like I could go on vacation for 3, 4 weeks after a feeding for my snakes, and I'd be totally fine, and they'd be chilling. But my bird, I have to touch on him like 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, no, I still eat up those paranormal videos. I put them on in the background sometimes. Do I necessarily believe they're all real? No. Do I believe there's some weird shit going on in this world that doesn't line up? Oh yeah, that definitely doesn't line up. What about their healthcare? Pretty easy. They don't really require, like, a lot of exotics should go to the vet quite often. But generally with exotics, unless you have a really good exotic vet, checkups are really all you need. You don't really need healthcare. Um, they don't need vaccines. They don't really do stuff like that very much. So it's not like with your dog. Yeah, no, if you had birds, you definitely know what it's like. Birds are not. I mean, birds can pass away from you not giving them attention. They're one of the only animals that can do that. If you neglect your dog, yeah, he's gonna. If you don't feed him, it's gonna be problematic. But he's not gonna pass away from not having. Healthy pets do need a vet. That is not true. Healthy pets should get checkups to ensure they're healthy, because you're essentially saying that you are the one that gets to decide if your pet is healthy, and you are not a doctor. Sorry, I get kind of opinionated with pets. They're a big passion of mine, and I work in the animal field, so liquid majority. Wow, he must be a picky little guy. My bird doesn't even like veggies. I try to feed him veggies all the damn time. I have to chop them up in teeny tiny pieces for him to eat them, and they'll stick to his seed, and then he finally eats it. But generally, he's like, no, I don't want veggies. I just want the seed. Last 4 pets you brought in for a wellness check died. Uh, I don't think the correlation is the vet being the problem, unless your vet is a very bad vet that doesn't know how to thwart communicable diseases. There is a sanitization protocol. While the last pets you brought to the vet may have passed away, I don't think the vet is what caused for it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Reality is. Take a sip of coffee real quick. Yeah, no, but that's a case of correlation, not causation. Hey, thank you, Holly. I appreciate that. I, little Chihuahua runs the house. That's often a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas love thinking they're big dogs. Blame the vet all you want. I'm just saying it probably wasn't the vet. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a chihuahua. They got a little dog complex. They either sit there and shake like they're the scaredest little things in the world, or they think they're the biggest dog in the world. Oh yeah. I don't. I just to blame the vet as the cause of the death is very iffy. So basically, when it comes to medicine in general, especially Western medicine, Western vet medicine, Western human medicine, the doctors are going to look for the easiest and simplest solution to figure out the answer. So if they see something obvious, they're going to say it's the obvious thing, even if it could be something underlying. So that's the issue: is you have to dig deep and you have to be like, okay, it may not be this large thing that you see. Like what doctors often go to is weight. If the animal or the person is slightly overweight, they're gonna be like, oh, it's your weight. When in reality, there could be 20 other symptoms, 20 other actual serious ailments going on, and just because this thing is overweight, the doctor's gonna say, oh, it's the overweightness. Western medicine likes to find the easiest solution and do that. Source: I am chronically ill and have been to the doctor many, 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 many times. And I work in a vet. I had a chronic illness going to the doctor for years and years, and basically, they told me it was everything under the sun that it wasn't until they finally got it right. You're kidding. Please tell me that's a satirical question. Do I believe in science? Yes. That's I do believe in science. And science tells us rabies shots and prescription food are absolutely beneficial. Do I believe the internet sleuths or the people who have spent their entire life dedicating to a workforce that they love? I think I'm going to go with the doctors, man. Yeah, because that's how you kill fleas. Okay, sorry, Andrea. Bye. That's just absurd. We're on anti-vax shit now. Oh no 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 no! That was a me. I will moderate myself. What I don't, what if I decide something I don't want it on my channel, I'm just gonna remove it. I would prefer you kind of go for stuff that is blatantly racist, sexist, anything like that that I notice. But like that kind of irritated me because that's just she's just spreading false information. Like, I'm sorry, but fleas need treated. Fleas will kill your animal, and there is not organic. There is a couple organic things you could do, but it doesn't work nearly as well. You have to understand, fleas come from your house. Fleas don't come from just the animal. If you find a flea on your animal, there's probably fleas in your house, and that's where they're coming from. Fleas often live in the carpet. Fun fact. I think I do remember you, James. How you doing? Probably a raw food diet anyway. I have opinions about raw food diet too. Don't even get me started. So rabies isn't just a disease for dogs. Rabies is a something that can affect many animals, and basically it's just a disease that is a death sentence. Is it a common thing? No, there hasn't been a recorded case of rabies in the U.S. in like a long times. But do you know why there hasn't been a recorded case of rabies in a long time? Think about it. Think about it. Maybe because we started using rabies vaccines. like, come on. Suspiciously, rabies started going down right when we started using vaccines. That's weird, huh? Yeah, rabies can affect a lot of animals, and it is basically just a death sentence if they get it. So people are trying to really root it out as a possibility. Humans can get it. It's a zoonotic disease, and it's very dangerous to anyone that even comes into like close contact with it. So it is absolutely one vaccine that you need. It is an active virus. You are actually giving them a piece of rabies, but that is how you build immunity. Aspen? Like, is that like a? I'm thinking of aspirin, like the medicine, but I don't know if I know Aspen. Never thought I'd be getting into an argument about rabies vaccines today. Hey, I appreciate you, Holly. Thank you so much. Yep, that's a good thing, Kai. I'm really glad that your family friend got the vaccine for the because bats are one of the most common things to carry rabies nowadays. Type of dog, they're like street dogs. Interesting. Yeah, no, thank you, Holly. We're always here doing new stuff every week. Usually not as opinionated, but occasionally, if some weird people come in, I definitely will share my opinion. Usually, it's a lot more chill and relaxed. Haven't had a stream like this in a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, if I know anything about it, I'll definitely share. Yeah, I also don't like perceiving that I argue and stuff. I'm not trying to argue. That's just please don't please don't tell people that you don't need rabies vaccines. Like, do you know what happens if you get bit by a street dog? The A, they have to off the dog, and B, you have to go get a rabies vaccine. I'm passionately opinionated about animals and progressive things and stuff like that. So I'm a very passionate person. I feed off passion. So let's swap out the bit. Swap it over to the shading bit. So right now we're using a flat tip. Kind of just has a lot of surface area, so it does a lot of so it's a burning pen. Is a wood burning pen. But it has a very flat surface, so it's going to have a lot of surface area to kind of give that black texture. What we're going to do now is just we're going to unscrew the little screws right there. Pop it out. I didn't even have to touch it. I kind of just went like that. Now we got to find the right bit. Here it is. So the bit I'm going to use is a ballpoint pen bit. It basically is just like a little ballpoint, and we're going to put it in and screw it on. Turn up the heat, and here we go. Hey, thank you, 18 and counting. You have a good day too, man. Or sorry, I shouldn't. I don't mean to. I say man, gender inclusively. I meant dude, bro. I love you either way. Something, yeah, it definitely does smell very good. If you like the smell of burnt wood, you would definitely like it. I'm not sure what that means, Matt. Oh yeah, it just comes off at the little. Oops, sorry, I bonked the thing. Comes off the little screws. Do I ever worry about that? Inhaling a microdose of smoke is gonna kill me one day. Um, hopefully. Did, moving on. No, genuinely, I guess I am a previous smoker. I used to smoke cigarettes and I used to smoke a lot of weed. I don't anymore. I've quit both. So I am on a healthier smoke journey. So I don't think it's gonna be this smoke that kills me. I think I've already done some damage, and it's gonna come back to bite me one day. Don't do drugs, kids. Do my tips burn out easily? No, I don't. I really like honestly. If you buy the good quality ones, I rarely ever replace them. I've had these for like a couple years, honestly. If your parents smoke, that's your parents. You can't control other people. Just control yourself. Do what you can for your own health. Be there for your family and friends if they need it, but you can't force someone to do something. I mean, if they're smoking around you, that's not healthy. That's definitely not good for you. Secondhand smoke is not good. There's technically laws against smoking around children too, especially like in the car. So, not saying get your parents in legal trouble, just keep in mind that if you ever, are getting smoked around. Do I have any tips for helping quit cigarettes? Replace the urge with something else. So if you get the urge to smoke a cigarette, replace it with something else progressive. I often did it with working out. It may not be your thing. I would literally, if I thought about smoking a cigarette, I would drop and do 10 push ups. And I'm serious. I would drop and do 10 push ups as soon as I thought about smoking a cigarette. And slowly but surely, your body's gonna not want to think about cigarettes because it has to do another chore that it doesn't want to do because it's thinking about something. So if you give yourself that like, little chore to do after each time of wanting to do it, it's going to be a lot less appealing to your brain after you build that habit after a few days. Yeah, you really do need to distract yourself from the addiction. Give yourself a healthier addiction, like, working out, doing, I don't know, I'm trying to think of other examples. They make like vape devices that are healthy that you could always, like, if you like the inhalation thing, you could actually do that. That they just vape in essential oils. I don't recommend actually vaping because it's not going to be much better for you. But like, yeah, just replace the nicotine with something else. Eat an apple. I mean, that's not a chore, but still. Yeah, you don't want to do it with something that's going to hurt you long term. That's why I say like an apple or like working out or like, you know, some yoga, or you have to sit there and meditate after you do that. Yeah, there's studies out there that there's lead in a lot of vapes, so gardening also is a healthier alternative. I will admit I used gardening to quit cigarettes a lot, and then I had to quit gardening. Nothing wrong with gardening. You need breaks. And for those who get it, get it. I mean, hell, just like get a fidget spinner. Just start fidget spinning every time you want to replace the interaction with something else that's tangible and somewhat fulfilling. And another good skill is to build up a wall in your brain. Just decide that this is it. Decide that this is the last one and cut it. A lot of it is you're going to be sitting there on the fence wanting to quit and thinking about quitting for the longest time, but you never rip that bandage off. Just do it. Just rip it. Exactly. You are the one in control. Prove to yourself that you are the one in control. Hey, thank you, evil little kitten. I love your name. Yeah, of course, Kai. Generally it's just working with those triggers. You're going to constantly feel like you have that urge to do something, and all you got to do is just tell it no. Good self-discipline exercise. I mean, I can't say it's like that for every hard drug, but still, you know. It's always a mental game. I wish everyone luck out there on their journey if that's what your journey is. Aw. Yeah, no, you gotta be careful with farm animals and plants and stuff like that. They'll just trample them. Oop, bonk. I keep wanting to swap back and forth. I want to work on this guy. Well, that's awesome they're free range. I love hearing that. You're a good chicken owner. Those darn chickens. I want chickens. I don't have any land. I'd have chickens if I could. My bird is a little chicken. He's not actually, but he looks like a chicken. Aw. I guess, yeah, you might be in an area that you just don't allow it. That's sad, though. I hate when places limit what you're allowed to do. Like apartments and pets or HOAs and stuff. I just don't. If you bought the place or if you're renting the place, why can't I do what I want? Pay all this money for what? For what? Yeah, that's a thing here in the state I live in. There's definitely some laws against rainwater collection, which is stupid. It's like, oh, you are not allowed to collect the thing that is free to everyone. You know that thing that comes out of the sky that, everyone gets for free? Yeah, you can't collect that. Straight to jail. Do it. Get a silky chicken. Have you ever seen a silky chicken? If you guys don't know what a silky chicken is, look up a silky chicken and come back. They're adorable. Yeah. Yeah, you do know silky chickens. Yeah, I love silky chickens. Yeah, no, it's stupid. You end up paying for it in general. Gotta love municipality. Yeah, I love them. They're so goofy. They look like they got little like dews on their head the whole time. Well, hairdos. Sorry, I'm being very ADHD right now. I'm hopping around the canvas. Hey, thank you, Leela. I appreciate that. We're just doing some creepy coffins. It's gonna look more like this guy when we're done. We haven't done much of the detail shading yet. No, I mean that's what they are for. At the end of the day, chickens are wonderful pets and stuff like that, but a lot of times they're food sources. I can't say if, I had chickens and they died of natural causes and everything was healthy and stuff like that, and I mean, or if one was getting old even, like I get it. I get it. No one should be offended by that because that's nature. I mean, if you're a vegetarian, I guess you could get offended by that. Did I come up with these designs? Yes, I did. So all my designs I come up with myself. I just kind of come up with them. I don't know. These coffins have kind of been a very fun process. Um, but yeah, we'll be adding some more detail onto him. I'll show you another one here that's finished. This one is actually really complex. Oh, good. Thank you, Leela. I'm glad I said it right. But yeah, they're all very 3D little boxes. They just hang up on your wall. I got another one here. Those tentacles trap. And then the smoke on this one does. Hey, thank you. I really think the sides really pull it together. It's meant to be like in your house and you can kind of see it from the side. Just seeing it be 3D. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you give them a good life before, especially, and then you do what you do, that's extra admirable. Because you have to understand, most chickens nowadays, even if it's free range, it's not free range. Free range does not mean what you think it does. Like, it does in your case, Ejong, but like, free range in general usually means that they just have access to outside, um, and they're not in cages. So it's not necessarily better. When people buy or when people sell cage-free eggs, it's kind of a joke. Cage-free eggs is not actually cage-free. They're not in little cubicles, but they are in a building that has an access to an outside that they usually spend most of their time inside. Yeah, I mean, if it's especially if it's part of your family heritage to raise chickens and eat them, like that's totally fine, dude. No hate here. Yeah, I'm sure that does happen. I'm a very like I'm all for animals. I'm very eco-friendly. I love animals and I will try to save every animal I can. But I also am one for nature, and nature is not kind. Nature is not deathless. There is a purpose to death. I know that's dark, but there is a purpose. Yeah, no, all good. Absolutely nothing going wrong with you eating chickens. I honestly only ever eat chicken because I don't really eat red meat very much. Mostly because A, I'd like to cut back on red meat, and B, it hurts my stomach. Yeah, that's a good idea, Leela. Eco-friendly. Save those food scraps for your chickens. Oh yeah, nature's so much harsher than you think. I'm not recommending this because it is a bit gnarly. There's a Instagram account called Nature is Metal, and they post very dark things like animals eating other animals and stuff like that. And I don't enjoy it, but it's very informative because it's just like it's what happens. People catch things on film that happens out in nature, and nature is brutal, man. Nature is a beautiful bitch. That is definitely true. I don't know if I like the last word, but I get what you mean. Sorry, I just as a male, I don't like saying bitch because it feels a little sexist. Like the tree shrew. What, you got a problem with that big gorilla nuts? Climb back in a coffin. Jeez, that's that's messed up, man. I guess it's maybe they were just saying it as a joke, but that sounds a little like dark. He took it as a compliment. You must be a goth person then. we never got any clarification from Big Gorilla Nuts. He had a problem with something, and, you know, then he just dipped. Honestly, hilarious name, though. Hey, what's up, Scorpion? How you doing? How's your day going? Doing spooky wood burnings. If you guys are new, feel free to drop a sub. If I had to color the smoky one, what would it be? Probably purple. Feels like he'd be purple because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's slightly wheezing or coughing inspired. Does tattoo? So this is actually wood burning. It's similar to tattooing, but yeah, I actually do tattoo as well. I'll show you. I do random tattoos, but yeah, coughing is purple, so I kind of feel like he'd be purple. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely coughing expired. I wanted to make him different enough that he looked unique, though. So I feel like I did get that a little bit. He's definitely got way more eyes, and was a little bit more unnerving than wheezing. Probably going to get the whole smoke to a tan color, but right now we're kind of just adding the detail shades in. I'm doing good. Not too bad. I have today off, so I'm actually probably going to have a good day. Just going to get some stuff done, relax, play some video games, then back to work tomorrow. Yeah, nice relaxing day. What video games do I play? Well, Pokemon for one. Right now I'm actually playing Pokemon. I'm playing a Pokemon hack on my phone. I like ROM hacks a lot. But I like survival horror. I like survival. I like card games. I like board games. I like turn-based games. I like all kinds of stuff like that. Minecraft, Terraria, Subnautica, Bioshock. Just listing some of my good ones. Yeah, no worries, Holly. You have a good rest of your day. I appreciate you stopping in. Probably be back on tomorrow if you want to stop by. If not, then, I mean, I'm on most days, honestly. We're usually here chilling. We're usually only on for about an hour or two each day. Today's just a bit of a longer stream. Yeah, there are a lot of good games. Like, I definitely feel like I got some good favorites. I grew up on Skyrim, Oblivion. All those games are really good. Fallout. I love Fallout. I do like COD. I played COD quite a bit as a young teen. I ran into some issues with COD as I got older, and it's more of a me problem than anything else. With my health issues and my disabilities, I guess, stress manifests in very weird ways. So if I get stressed out in a game, it actually hurts. Like, stress hurts. So if it's hard for me to play games like COD and stuff like that, because I'll sit there getting super stressed out, because it's just intense, and intense games are often a little stressful, and it hurts. So if I sit there and play COD all day, I will actually end up feeling like garbage in an hour or two. So I have nothing against COD, I just can't really play it much anymore. I tried to play Doom the other day, and oh my god, Doom is probably one of the worst games to play because it's just so fast paced, so much stuff going on, it's so stressful. Good game, but not for everyone. I grew up in COD lobbies, so I definitely I know all that. Yeah, oh wow, breathing stuff would be scary. I can imagine. Mine's just chronic nerve pain issues. I ran into an accident that basically my body's attacking itself, um, and it causes chronic pain. So the more stressed out I get, the more my body starts to attack itself. Yeah, it's what it's like being autoimmune. I don't know why I'm working on the side so much, but I'm kind of liking the depth. Well, we're probably going to wrap it up here shortly. We're almost at the hour and a half mark. See if we can get to like 30 likes. Close to 30, that'd be cool. If you guys haven't liked the live, I'd appreciate a like. We're 29. We're so close. Not going to get to 30. Well, I had to try. Anyways, I think that's a good stopping point. I will be back on tomorrow. We got all the dark shading done, so this is all where we want it to be. Now we just got to work on detail shading, which is going to be like the rest of the week. Thursday, Friday, and probably Saturday, we'll be doing some shading. So it's going to be a lot more of that coming up. These guys will be more of a tan color once we get there. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, feel free to drop a follow, drop a like, or drop a sub, drop a like, and you should be notified tomorrow when I get on. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. really do appreciate you sticking around for so long. Of course, Ejong, I enjoy chatting with you too. Thank you, Kai. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone stopping by, and I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, Ejong. Even if you can't make it, I appreciate you. Peace out, guys.